He said it loud enough for the microphone to catch it. The laughter in the hall froze mid-breath. Forks hovered over half-eaten cake, and for a moment the only sound was the hum of the air conditioner. I didn't flinch. I just looked at him, the man who raised me, or at least pretended to, and smiled, because this was exactly where I wanted him. 2 years earlier. It started with whispers, not literal ones, patterns. He'd take calls in the garage late at night, step outside when I entered the room, and his wife, my stepmother, started looking at me like I was a debt she never agreed to pay. I told myself it was nothing. That was my first mistake. The truth didn't hit me like a truck. It leaked in slowly, like poison in a glass of water. A cousin got drunk one night and let it slip. You know he's not your real dad, right? Everyone in the family knows. Everyone but me. The search for the truth. I didn't confront him. I didn't scream, didn't cry. Instead, I learned. I learned that the man I called Dad had met my mother when she was already pregnant, that he'd married her to save face after she refused to tell the real father, that for years he used me as a prop, a son when it suited him, a burden when it didn't. And I learned something else. He had secrets too. Bank accounts, affairs, a business trip that was actually a week in Dubai with his assistant. And, most importantly, a child, not me, a different one, hidden from his wife. The plan. I could have exposed him immediately, but that would have been noise. I wanted silence, the kind that follows after an explosion, when the dust hasn't settled and people are still trying to process the damage. So I started documenting. Emails, receipts, photos. I built a folder so thick it could break his marriage, his business, his reputation. I waited. Graduation was coming up, the first moment in my life where I would be the center of attention, and I knew he wouldn't be able to resist making it about him. The day. The hall was packed. My name had just been called. I walked up to the podium. He stood from his seat, grinning like a politician about to shake hands, and said into the silence, "You're not my real son anyway." Gasps, murmurs. His wife's head snapped toward him, exactly as I'd planned. The envelope. I placed my diploma on the podium, reached under my gown, and pulled out a thick, sealed envelope. I didn't look at him. I looked at her. "Since we're making family announcements," I said, voice steady, "you might want to read this." I handed it to her. She hesitated, then tore it open. First page, photos. Him in Dubai with the assistant. Second, financial statements. Third, a birth certificate. A little girl. Not hers. Her face went white. The crowd went silent again, this time heavier, like the air itself had thickened. The fall. She didn't speak, just stood, picked up her purse, and walked out, but not before placing the envelope on the table for everyone around to see. He lunged for it, but 3 hands beat him to it. Relatives, friends, his business partner. Each page was another nail in the coffin. He turned back to me. Angry, yes, but underneath it, the realization. The slow, sick understanding that this wasn't spontaneous. This was surgical. Aftermath. He left before the cake was served. By the next morning, his wife had filed for divorce. 2 weeks later, his company voted him out. The child support payments started soon after. And me? I kept my name on the diploma. Not for him, but for me. Reflection. People ask if I regret it, if I ever think maybe I went too far. But they don't understand. Betrayal isn't just about what's taken from you. It's about what's replaced in its place. Doubt, anger, shame. I didn't just take revenge. I reclaimed the moment he tried to steal from me. And the best part? He'll remember my graduation for the rest of his life. Not because of what I achieved, but because of what he lost.